Good morning, Chiefs. I'm Brody Thomas.
And I'm Nick Stampone. We hope you're having a great week so far. This year, our math department welcomed 3 new teachers.
And as we wrap up the first quarter, CGTV reporters Julia Nikezek and Gabriella Vitarelli introduced us to one of them.
What are we looking for to find a reflection?
Being a part of a community is something that Mr. Goldberg deeply values.
I started my career in teaching at St. Coleman, and it was such a loving and embracing community that I knew when I wanted to make the jump to high school that Cardinal Gibbons had the same culture and the same community, and I wanted to be a part of that.
Mr. Goldberg has set many goals and is determined to help push his students through the school year.
My goals for this school year is to make sure that every student who comes through my classroom is prepared to take the SATs. Most of my students are juniors, so my goal is that they feel as prepared as they can be for SAT time. I also want to make sure that every student has a good experience and feels welcomed and enjoyed at the school.
Outside of the teaching world, Mr. Goldberg has many hobbies and special interests.
Outside of teaching, I am almost always at the beach playing beach volleyball. I also coach a lot of volleyball and beach volleyball, and then I play golf almost every weekend.
Not only does Mr. Goldberg play golf, he helps coaches the boys' golf team as well.
Before school started, I was talking to Mr. Cubis, who I've known for many years, and he knows that I play a lot of golf, and he asked me if I had any interest in helping out with the boys' golf team this year. And I've played tournament golf and have been coached, and my dad was a golf teacher for a number of years. So to me, it was a good way to get involved with the school, and I've been helping out with them since the beginning of the season, and it's a great group of kids that we're having a lot of fun and improving every week.
For CGTV, I'm Julia Nikezek with Gabriella Vitarelli.
0 and 1, if that number is between 0.
Thank you, Mr. Goldberg.
While we were learning about our teachers, we took a dive into the Gibbons archive for this week's trivia question. In honor of homecoming week next week, we want to know in what year did Mr. Kubis and Coach Husky win homecoming king and queen?
Is the correct answer A, 2010, B, 2009, C, 2011, or D, 2013?
Email your answer to cgtv@cghsfl.org for the chance to win a prize. As for last week's trivia question, congratulations to senior Emerson Bajak, who correctly answered the question, how many athletic team state championships does Gibbons have?
Emerson knew the answer was 60 and is this week's winner.
Congratulations again, Emerson, and please come to room S202 to pick up your prize.
Our boys volleyball team is always working toward another state title.
The team made it to state quarterfinals last year and state semis a few years ago.
One of our major players on that 2022 team was Tristan Gaddy.
Tristan is now playing college volleyball at Erskine University in South Carolina. Caden Julmus, Katya Fonte, and I caught up with him recently to see what life is like after graduation. All right, so Tristan, you're a junior at Erskine. How does it feel going to like a small school like Erskine? How does the daily life go about?
Going to a small school, it's actually pretty nice, especially coming from Gibbons, which is also kind of the same, kind of smallish. You get to know people a lot easier. You get to know your teachers a lot better. They get to know you personally rather than going to like a classroom with 200 kids. It's 20.
So you're majoring in sports management. What do you think about the future in that field, and how's that going to go about?
So actually, I want to be a firefighter. Basically, if I go to college and get a degree, and then go into the fire academy, I get paid more. So I'm going to get a degree, play college volleyball, and then graduate.
Why do you want to be a firefighter? What inspired you to do that?
So I want a job that's going to help people personally. And I was kind of going through the option, and then firefighter just kind of came to my head, and I was like, you know what? I can see myself doing that. I could see myself like helping people with different situations and the different types of things that they do.
I can see it too. So following the recent Hurricane Helene, how has that affected you and your life at school?
So it came through our school pretty bad. There's a lot of trees that went down. We didn't have power for, I think, around 5 days it was. But yeah, it affected us pretty bad.
So after being a standout player here at Cardinal Gibbons, what has the collegiate experience been like as a student athlete, and how does it differ from the experience here in high school?
It's very fun. It's very fun traveling, staying overnight, playing against some of the top teams in the country. It's just a really good experience to have. So I really enjoy it.
Do you have like a personal favorite moment in your college career so far?
Definitely the GCU trip. So we kept up with them. It was on ESPN. My parents were actually there. Arizona is beautiful. My friends were able to watch on ESPN. So it was definitely fun.
Great. Thank you very much, Tristan. We appreciate you coming out and doing this interview. See you around. Bye.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Tristan, and good luck with your beach and indoor volleyball seasons.
Now we want to pass along a big shout out from Mr. Braveen. He sent in this photo to recognize members of the speech and debate team who were very successful at the Nova Titan tournament last weekend. To start, Maria Villarreal Rojas and Brandon Avril-Joseph made it to the octafinals in JV Public Forum debate.
Nathan Himawand was a finalist in Informed Speaking.
Sora Bradshaw placed 4th in dramatic interpretation, and Jessica Wilson finished 3rd in impromptu speaking.
Congratulations to all of these students. Faculty and staff, we would love to share your student shout out. Email us at cgtv@cghsfl.org. So Brody, what is your go-to drink when you go to Starbucks?
Personally, I go for the strawberry acai refresher. Let's take a look at what our students' orders at Starbucks are. CGTV reporters Ariana Parat and Bobby Simpson found out.
Who am I here with today?
Evan.
Ethan.
And what are you guys' go-to Starbucks order?
Ice caramel frappe, extra caramel.
Pumpkin spice latte.
Sophia.
And what's your go-to Starbucks order?
Strawberry acai lemonade refresher, light ice, no strawberries.
That's very classic, but what's your favorite Starbucks food?
Chocolate croissant.
Perfect. I love to hear it. Who am I here with today?
Joseph Hopper.
And what's your go-to Starbucks order?
Cookie crumble frappuccino.
Sonnet, what's your go-to Starbucks order?
I usually get like a mocha cookie crumble, medium with extra whipped cream, or a heated croissant, chocolate.
Sounds very sweet. Who am I here with?
Aiden Cyrus.
And what's your go-to Starbucks order?
My go-to Starbucks order is a chocolate chip frappuccino.
Who am I here with today?
Shiloh and Kyler.
What's you guys' go-to Starbucks order?
Pineapple passion fruit lemonade. The mango dragon fruit.
Coach Morrill, what's your go-to Starbucks order?
I'm a Dunkin' guy. I don't go to Starbucks.
Boo. Who am I here with today?
Adam Salem.
Merrick Todich.
And what are you guys' go-to Starbucks orders?
Mine is a grande mocha cookie crumble.
And yours?
I do not drink Starbucks.
Who am I here with today?
Soleil.
And what's your go-to Starbucks order?
A vanilla bean frappuccino with strawberry puree.
Okay. Miss G, what's your favorite Starbucks order?
I do a venti ice shaken espresso with no classic syrup and 5 pumps of the white mocha sauce.
That sounds complicated for those workers.
That question really got me craving some Starbucks, which I'll get tomorrow since this week's PSAT is postponed because of the weather.
But the challenges and opportunities tests present are the focus of today's mission message with Mr. Mahan.
Good morning, Chiefs. Tests. We all have them. They're unavoidable. Of course, the PSAT will lead to the SAT and the ACT. Many of our students have already experienced this, which could further lead to the GRE or the LSAT or MCAT. Test. It's enough to make anyone anxious. Ask any teacher. We've all been through it and survived. Well, the Bible has an interesting message from God on this score. A variation of this theme is seen hundreds of times throughout the Old and New Testaments. Do not be afraid. Now, Jesus knows our human nature better than we know ourselves. After all, he took on human form. He didn't have to, but he did. And as those commercials say, he gets us. If he can go through what he did and be killed for speaking the truth and still say, don't be afraid, that's saying something. In life, we'll be tested many times, not just in school. By allowing us to be tested, God is giving us the opportunity to grow. Yes, grow, even when we fail. And each time we conquer a test or learn from our failings, it's God giving us the confidence to keep going. Tests, therefore, can be seen as confidence boosters, opportunities. So don't be afraid. Easier said than done? Maybe. but try. Let's face every test life throws at us with a resolve to be a better person. See you next time, Chiefs.
One more time before we end the newscast, here is this week's trivia question.
Don't forget to email your answers at cgtv@cghsfl.org for a prize.
We hope you enjoyed today's newscast and continue to pray for those affected by the hurricane. For CGTV, I'm Brody Thomas.
And I'm Nick Stampone.
Go
Go
Chiefs.
Chiefs.